Well, very good, friends. Doc South saying hey, and another episode of Millie's Itinerary. Again, there's gobs of them. I'm having trouble keeping track of them all and keeping them in order. Yeah. Well, as you get older, that organizing ability just isn't there. But so far, what I've done is I'm writing them down. Yeah. See, I write down the actual, the one it's been written. Okay, so it's written. That's covered. Then is it recorded? I make a check mark, and then down. Oh, and I spilled some coffee there. No, wait a minute. I stepped on the pad. Yeah. Well, I was looking for something else, and this was on the floor. I stepped on it. Then I write if it's downloaded, and then did I share it? Did I share it to Facebook, and did I share it to email? And so far, that's keeping me reasonably in order, not too goofed up. I so don't belong in cyberspace. Really, there could almost be a sitcom, where I get a job at a fancy computer company and slink my way through the corridors trying to figure stuff out. Can't open the bathroom door. It's got some kind of, yeah, you need a code. I'm going, yeah, what's the code? I honestly, I think it could be an interesting movie. For those of you who write movies, please remember, yeah, profile, huh? Yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, I am so lost with computers. I swear to God, it is. There's, there's some. I guess there's some way where I work where we can get a better coupon, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to do it. Someone's going to have to show me how. But even then, other people try who know what they're doing, try to set it up, and it's so far still it's not figured out. Honestly, I I see now why my internet radio station had such trouble. People who like the old music are generally older people, and older people. What? It's a computer? Oh no, you don't. Why aren't you on the radio? You turn on the radio, you tune the radio, turn it up, turn it down a little, the volume, there you go, you got it. Sometimes you got to move the radio just to get a proper signal. Easy. Yeah. I know computers are easy, but nah. I was 2 hours the other day trying to get a repair on the phone, on our phone, and 2 hours with some poor devil out in California was on the phone with me. Um, and when it's all said and done, we realized about 20 minutes in, with 20 minutes to go of the 2 hour session, we realized we were working on the wrong device. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of thing. Oh my God. And no, the phone still isn't working. It, uh, anyway, Millie's Itinerary. Stories I can write, I guess. So here, let's get cranking. This is Millie's Itinerary, 8 in the morning. Again, we're doing a daily dose of Millie every day till we get the story done. And there's at least, excuse me, a month and a half to go. Okay, here you go. Millie's Itinerary, 8 a.m. Millie's been up now on and off since about 4 in the morning. Let me put it this way. We've been up, Sandy and I have been up since 4 in the morning. Millie's been up maybe about 30 minutes of that. Right. Yeah, she just, when she's all done with whatever process she needs to handle, she goes back to sleep. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, here, Millie's Itinerary, 8 a.m. We've been out in the yard. Yeah, Millie's been reading her P-mail, and which is sort of a trance-like state where she just sniffs the air for sometimes 20, 30 minutes. She won't move. You cannot move her. No. Okay, anyway, here you go. It takes forever, but eventually Millie breaks out of her trance. She stands up in the middle of the driveway and shakes herself from nose to tail. Fleas and ticks must think they're in the middle of an earthquake as they run for shelter under her ears. The violent tremors begin on her nose and spread slowly backward en route to her tail. This shaking probably is the fastest she moves all day. I'd love to film this event in slow motion. It would have to be a sight to see. I think you, by the way, just breaking in here, I think you can basset hound shaking in slow motion. I think there is a video somewhere on YouTube. Anyway, bassets have such loose skin. I can only imagine what it would look like to see her furry hide and those big ears flopping and flapping slowly around in all directions from snoot to tail. You know, like when they do a figure skater jumping through the and slow. It'd be kind of fun to see. She'll do all this. She'll do this shaking fit about 8 times a day. Mostly after any period of rest, as she'll do this, any period of rest that lasts longer than 20 minutes, she'll shake afterwards. Maybe the shaking is how she gets the blood flowing again. Whatever it is that she's up to with those tremors, it's a sight to see. Her ears fly out about a foot from her head, looking like high-speed semaphore flags. Her jowls pull away from her mouth to the point you can see all of her remaining teeth. The vibrating white tip of her tail has been known to darn near approach approach breaking the sound barrier. Bullwhips get their crack in much the same way. Actually, a weak sonic boom can be heard from time to time, depending on the wind speed and direction over Millie's tail tip. All the while, her 4 stubby feet with claws entrenched cling hard and fast to the ground. If they didn't hold position, the energy involved might possibly cause her to levitate off the ground. No, she's got to cling to the ground to do this. I've never talked this over with dog mystics. My theory is that the shaking ritual must of necessity happen a certain number of times per day. I feel it might be a hound's way of praying. Perhaps it somehow centers the dog within the universe. When no one is watching, I try to shake like a hound myself. No matter what I do, I can't even get close to the frequency and vibration cycle Millie achieves. With maybe a professional athlete or a very adept dancer could maybe almost match Millie, but it would be very difficult to do. Trained as they might be, they'd be exhausted after a second or two. Millie, though, takes the effort in stride. Still, if mankind could only somehow achieve this shaking technique and do it even once a day, the benefits for us all would be impossible to calculate. I know one thing, we wouldn't have fleas. Dandruff could literally be erased from the planet. The vibrations over the scalp area would easily allow more hair to grow. One shaking session would have to consume hundreds of calories, if not thousands. Teeth would get a nice, thorough sonic cleansing. I'm sure we wouldn't need much fiber in our day-to-day diets. Fat wouldn't stand a chance. Poor circulation at the extremities? Well, a thing of the past. The shaking would make our souls and bodies tickle all over. This hyper shaking might also be a kind of gateway to inner space time warp travel. All I can say is that there's no such energy involved in a single shaking session. There's so much energy involved in a single shaking session, that poor Millie, once she's finished, has to nap for at least an hour. Scientists should get on this project soon. I think mankind is missing out. I could see possibly when Millie shakes like that, maybe she appears as a ghost-like vision in another realm. Some family from another realm is sitting there watching whatever TV they watch, and it's got to be TV all over the universe. Easy enough to invent, and they're watching TV or maybe eating a cruller, and all of a sudden this specter of a basset hound shaking appears. It's got to shake them up a bit. Don't know, they just don't realize it's coming from planet Earth. I don't know. Anyway, Millie's Itinerary, there you go, the 8 o'clock shaking session. Oh, you can almost set your watch by it. Okay, friends, we'll see you later. Bye now. Thank you. God bless.